we've had a very pleasant stay. We've not moored here before, on the visitor moorings at Middlewich. Normally we go around the corner near the park, but this has been very pleasant. Now this next little bit of canal has got quite a story, and I'll explain all about it when we get going. But at the moment I'll just say we'll go on to a canal shortly, and if I did a blog about it, you'd be lucky to get 15 seconds and that will be completed then, that canal. But you'll find out more about that in the next few minutes. So I think we'll undo the ropes. Another beautiful day, and we'll start manoeuvring off. Bernadette's just met some fella Hudson boaters. They're on the way up the Middlewich, we're on the way down. Hiya. Were you coming through here now? This is history upon history, this. The Middlewich branch, which was built a lot later and very controversially, was only given permission if the Trent and Mersey Canal Company could build Wardle Lock and the Wardle Canal just down from it. The reason being, if anybody wanted to go onto the superhighway, which was in those days the Birmingham and to Liverpool, known as the Shropshire Union nowadays, you had to pay a huge toll. This canal gave a very easy route to Ellesmere Port, and without this permission from the Trent and Mersey, it would never have happened. But I'll talk a little bit more later. Hey. This is quite, yes. This is quite a poignant lot for me and Bernadette, because an original boat lady called Maureen lived here, and we knew her for years. She wouldn't suffer fools, she definitely wouldn't. She would definitely not, without a shadow of doubt, suffer fools. The stories we used to talk to her about were unbelievable, and if anybody did anything wrong on this lock, she'd let them know. And it's very sad now that she's passed away. She was a character what is sadly missed. So we're coming out of Wardle Lock, and what you see in front of you is the Wardle Canal. It must be the shortest canal, what was a commercial canal, ever built anywhere. But because of this little bit here, the Trent and Mersey, for many years, the Trent and Mersey Canal Company made an absolute fortune. So we'll be entering the Wardle Canal in about 30 seconds. So we're on the Wardle Canal. When we get to this bridge and we go through it, we're off the Wardle Canal, that's it. We're going to turn left onto the Trent and Mersey Canal. If another thing is fixed in a few over these few months, we'll be going right in our future vlogs, but it all depends what happens. But for now, we'll be turning left. Wardle Canal, built in 1829. Just to the left here, as we're going past this little wharf, this was Middlewich Canal boats not that long ago, and they went into liquidation and vanished, and they'd just been around for years. But it just shows you what happens. Perhaps all the problems as well in the north, in this area last year, was the final nail in the coffin. I'm going to keep this camera on now because we've got this 90-degree bend as we come outside this lock, and there's a boat coming up. Let's see how we can manoeuvre with the minimum of fuss, hopefully. To the right as we come through, where you see the fencing, that used to be the dry dock for Middlewich boats. Well, that's all gone as well now. That was a very old dock, that, but obviously other things are planned for it. This again is all to do with pace. Definitely is. Go too fast and you've no chance of making this corner. That was nice and easy. Take it easy, make it easy. That's always my my way these days. Why have any hassle? That was a very sharp bend, but it panned out very nicely. Not too much hassle. This pan looks a little bit low, so I'll have to just be a bit careful that I don't get on the bottom. It's notorious, this one, for getting a bit low when, you know, when it's heavily in use, the locks, and this pan's being used a lot. Again, just take your time and we'll just glide past each other. We've just stopped off before we go through Big Lock. Stopped at a little used water point just to top up, and then we'll be off. We've not even cleaned it this year yet, so we're not doing so bad. It's not had its waxing or anything. We'll have to make some time to do it soon. Every time you come through here, pigeons are in here. All the time. This little area on the left, on the Trent and Mersey, which is again just on the outskirts of Middlewich town centre, is an extremely popular mooring spot, which we have used again and again and again. But if I be honest, where we stayed yesterday evening, which was just before Wardle Lock, we found it far better. So who knows, that might be our new mooring on our travels down here from now on. Well, we'll be going into the Big Lock, which is a big lock. In a minute we're going to be joined as well with a couple who actually don't live too far from us, so that was a coincidence. And next to this is the Big Lock pub as well, if you ever want to go. Straight on the lock it is. I've had some nice beers, that's for certain. That's Big Lock done, and the pub's up for lease as well. Oh, so many are closing. We've just let our fellow lock shearers go past. I think we go a little bit slower, I don't know, but both of us don't speed, that's for certain. Yeah, a little bit sad when pubs what you've known for quite a while are going or up for sale. They change so much these days. It's hard to recommend pubs because you say this one's brilliant and then it's changed hands the year after. The one thing definitely what me and Bernadette like is keeping the rubbish at bay. Can't stand having loads of rubbish just scattered around, so we've got to know where the places are for dumping rubbish, and just in case anybody's coming this way to, you know, from the Trent and Mersey down to the Bridgewater, just past bridge 173 where I'm currently under, on the left hand side there's some moorings, and you can just stop there and go and take all your rubbish, recycling as well. Yeah, that's, you've revitalised that by putting all that red crocheting on. Upcycled, that's the word, yeah. I will. Slow as possible, no rush. Take your time. Right, away we go. Oh, the weather must be changing for the better. I've got my leather tankard out with a nice cold shipyard ale and some sandwiches to follow. You could say life is good. Oh, spectacular, spectacular. Cheers everyone. We hope you've enjoyed this adventure on the Trent and Mersey. In the next one it will continue and we stop off at some lovely places and see some marvellous scenery. The weather's not been bad either, which is a great bonus at this time of the year. Anyway, that's it for now and we'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra!